I think if you're living at home with your parents, over 30, living at home with your parents, the furthest you should go is talking stage. That should be the furthest stage that you should be on. Do you know what I mean? Because the reality is that you should be focusing on developing yourself, building yourself up, focusing on ways that you can increase your income, do you know what I mean? So that you're ready to go into a relationship. But let me flip it on the other side. Do man them have to take women seriously that live at home? Like if a woman is living at home, it's normal, right? Man them are never gonna judge a woman for living at home. In fact, it's considered good, she lives at home. But for me, it's like, it's not done the other way around. Why is it that it's this way around? Dums, what's your thoughts? Why do you feel like man them can't live at home, but women, it's okay for women to live at home?
I think it's because of, society stereotypes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, guys should be able to show that they can take care of a woman, innit? I feel like that's kind of how it's seen. So if you're a guy and you're still at home at like 35, it's like, big man, you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of me? But you see women, the stereotype is that they're pampered, innit? Again, I say the stereotype, I don't want
to no cancellations.
So I feel like it's cool for them if they're at home at 35, basically, because they're being taken care of by their parents. And then the kind of, the known thing is you're taken care of by your parents, and then you leave the nest to go being taken care of by another guy. But then if he's still being taken care of by somebody else, what can he do with you? So I feel like that's the reason why guys, it's not acceptable.
Okay, so if now a guy is over 30, like, okay, go and get his own space now, like, I guess that's the consensus, that they need their own space. Now, should man be, like, what does that look like rent-wise? Because for me personally, I feel like if you're over 30, I would rather you spend 2-3 years at home, that £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, whatever you're going to pay on rent, if you stack that at home, now you've got a deposit to go and own something. To me, that makes you look better to a woman or to a potential partner. If you've got ownership of something, then you renting something and only having liabilities. Like for me, I just personally feel like, and now we're going to get what if the parents don't want their home? Obviously, if your parents don't want your home, we're not talking about you. If you can't live at home with your parents, this doesn't concern you, okay? So no need to comment, because sometimes you not just be commenting for it doesn't even make no sense how you be commenting. Like, if you can't live at home with your parents, this one is not for you, okay? That's fine, go and find a place. If for your mental health, you need to leave somewhere, if you get in beef at home, if your parents treat you in a way that you don't feel comfortable, if you feel like you need space for your mental health, cool. Please, leave the house. Uncle Eman said, leave. Go and do you. But understand, when you go and do that, could you not go and flat share? Could you not go and share a flat somewhere to keep your costs down? Because that's the thing is now, you now say, you know what? My parents treat me a certain way. I need a certain space. I need to be free. All of a sudden, you're renting out 2-bed apartment. 2-bed apartment, and it's only you. Who is the other room for? You're not even saying, you're not even bringing no lodger. You got the other room is full of your trainers. Your trainers in multiple different colours that are making you no dough. Today you say you got no deposit. But when you add up all the costs of all those trainers, when you add up all the costs of all the links, all the holidays, all the dates that you've done over the last 3 or 4 years, there's your deposit. But now you want to blame your parents, the way they treated you, or you want to blame society, or you want to say it's not fair. It's the decisions that you're making is the reason you're in the pits. Sometimes you got to look at yourself. At your big age, you got to look at yourself. And sometimes look, I saw this video the other day. These men are pouring champagne in the clubs. They're pouring champagne on the floor. And then the other guys, this one pour champagne, this one will pour brandy, this one will pour, men are pouring alcohol on the floor to show, I'm so rich, I can buy this and pour it on the floor, and everybody's cheering. The ones that are pouring, it's all for online, it's all for social media. But the real online they need to think about is online banking. Because the reality is that as much as you're pouring on the floor, your online banking, your bank account is crying. It's crying, wishing. As much as you've made the floor wet, your bank account is dry. It's dry like the Sahara Desert. Abi, there's no money in there. You're even using credit card. You don't even know what day you will ever pay that back. 2023 is when you spend that money. You have no clue. It might be 2030 before you pay back the alcohol that is on the floor. You're going to be doing minimum payment for the next 7 years, but you did it online, everybody clapped for you. And so for me, it's like the mindset is crazy. It's about us thinking about what are we really doing? Like, who are we really stunting for? If you're gonna move out, for me, don't be too proud to say, oh, okay, you might say I need my own space. Get a studio. Get a small one bed. Get something. Even for me, one of the big things I tell people, be uncomfortable. Like, be uncomfortable. That you being uncomfortable is gonna help you. I had a client the other day, she's like, yeah, I could move back in with my mum, or I could go and rent somewhere else because, her tenancy had come to an end. I was like, move back in with your mum. Because you moving back in with your mum, you're going to be uncomfortable, you're going to want your own space, and that's going to push you to get to where you want to get to. And she's already almost there. You know what? She's so annoyed at being back at her mum's that she's almost already there. She's about to get her own place soon. Do you know what I mean? If not for the interest rate, she would have done it already. What am I saying? I'm saying sometimes you want to be comfortable, but you're not at the level you want to be in life. You want to be comfortable at a level that you're not really happy with. I don't know if I'm making sense to you people. Like, you say to yourself, oh, let me go and get this house. Okay, I can afford £2,000 a month or £3,000 a month. Let me go and get this place and rent it out. Okay, great. But now you're stuck. You're stuck in this space, and now you have £200 left over each month. So let's break this down. If you now have £200 left over each month, how long is it going to take you to save for a deposit? How long is it going to take you to get something of your own? Even car, all of this type of stuff. How long is it going to take you to get this stuff? So what happens now is that you are comfortable in a place, in a position that you're not actually comfortable in where you want to be in life. And so I say to you, if it's not the place you want to be in life, then don't make yourself comfortable in a space that you don't want to be. I'd rather you be uncomfortable in that space so that you have the motivation and the desire to move forward. Now, again, like I said, if your mental health, or if you feel like, with your parents, the way they treat you, or if you feel like family members, friends, whatever it is, if you feel like you don't do well sharing with others, I totally understand. That's fine. Do what you need to do for yourself. But also understand that the decisions that you're making may mean that you may never reach the goals that you want to reach. And you have to come to a point of acceptance of that. I'm gonna make this decision for me, but know that might mean that, okay, that goal that I had of being able to buy this, or that goal of being able to move here or do this, now all of a sudden you can't do anymore. And it's about understanding that what are the repercussions for the decisions that I'm making.